Welcome to Windy City, and welcome to the Daily Drivers Inc. Racing League for Race 4 of the inaugural Daily Drivers Inc. Truck Series. My name is Zach Panzarella, and I got my normal tag team partner, Dalton Geyer, here with me. Dalton, we are putting these guys through everything to start this season. We started it with the Super Speedway. We then took them to the tricky Triangle of Pocono, then a short track at Iowa, where, man, these guys did an incredible job. But, man, this is at the street course, the new street course here at the Windy City at Chicago. Man, this track is not for the weak, Dalton. Hold on just a second, bud. I got you there, Dalton. Yes, I do. Hold on just a sec. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is I'm getting tired just thinking about 50 laps around this place. It's a grueling sequence of right and left-hand turns. Uh, 50 laps. I don't know
Yeah.
how many miles that comes out to, but it's a lot, and it's going to take a lot of focus, especially because you don't have any runoff area really, no grass to bail out into. If you cook it into one of those turns, you're hitting one of those walls, and that can give you some massive damage pretty much immediately.
Yeah, this is not a street course or I'm sorry, not a road course by any means. This is a street course, which means no runoffs, walls at every turn, which makes it a whole different beast. And man, so scary for these drivers out here. Places like the Watkins Glen, you can afford a mistake, but places like this, one tiny mistake and there's a wall waiting for you that can completely change your race. One fast repair to these guys' disposal here today, but man, I'm sure if they're planning on using it, I think, but would love to not use it until later. Taking a look at this racetrack right here, I've heard once that it looks like a little kid's drawing of a horse, and I can't unsee that, Dalton.
Yeah, I guess upside down it kind of looks like that now that I'm looking at it. It just looks like those what do you call them? Those, like, those wooden blocks. You
Yeah.
have that little kind of bridge piece, and then like an almost trapezoid going on. Yeah, very interesting shape to this thing.
Yeah, there really is. And it looks simple, honestly. When you look at the race map, it looks like it's not going to be that difficult. But boy, oh boy, this is just a complete monster of a track, especially those sharp turns you see where they meet there in the middle. Oh, it's so easy to oversend it through one of those corners. So we'll see how these drivers fare today, and we'll also see if we have a hidden Shane Van Gisbergen in this league. We saw what he just did in Chicago in the NASCAR Cup and Xfinity Series. Absolutely insane. There's the practice times right there. So far, a case of beer with 30 minutes left in practice. We won't make you guys sit through all that, but in the meantime, let's take a look at our standings going into this race. Current points leader is Zapanzarella, bringing it home 3rd place at Iowa after a grueling race. 150 laps, no cautions. Man, those drivers were sore afterwards. Cody Matthews, the winner of the first race of the season at Daytona, bringing it still in 2nd place here. Mark Zapp, who has been very consistent, 3rd. 4th belonging to Danny Sanchez, and John the Case of Beer running out the top 5. Patrick Calgill in 6th. Colton Easterday, 2 drivers who I think are looking for a strong days today. Strong road course racers, as is Alex Hillman. I know this one was circled on his calendar, so we'll be watching that 08 of Hillman, currently sitting 8th. And then rounding out the top 10 is Dalton Geyer and Thomas Fox. But it's all still to play for, Dalton. Know when you're in, and it's still very close in terms of the points.
Yes, it is. And then, you know, I mean, we're going to be mentioning it every time, but that drop week, when that comes into effect, that's going to turn things on their head. And that's only... I mean, it's only a couple weeks away before that starts. You know, being counted. Before that starts being shown as part of those standings. So, yeah, that's going to shake a lot of things up.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to that. But we're going to get ready to send this thing into qualifying. And it's going to be a 10-minute session, 2 laps. It's not open qualifying for these guys here today. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys do. We'll keep our eye on a few of the guys that we're expecting to be fast here today, Dalton. But man, one thing to talk about when it comes to qualifying here at this racetrack is one little mistake, and that can throw away your lap entirely.
Yeah, especially if you just you saw Easterday almost. You have to get up on those walls to you know, set up those corners because they are at such a tight angle. But yeah, if you just make the slightest error, especially through this section here, and you even just graze the wall, that's a 0x, and that's gonna disqualify your lap times if you do that.
Yeah, that's really what I'm thinking about during these laps here, is you're seeing Easterday going into one of the more difficult parts of this track, one of the more tighter parts. Another guy I'm going to have my eye on today, and someone who I've seen in the PRL League just be such a road course specialist, Stephen Kirby, that 109. I'm going to be looking at him today, Dalton.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really good at turning right and left. And yeah, we're going to see. It's going to be all about that consistency too. He's really consistent as well, and you know, really good at kind of limiting the mistakes. So we'll see if that trend continues here today.
Limiting mistakes. Our eyes here on Alex Hillman. Alex Hillman, another really quick driver. You see him actually using this time to warm up his tires. And another thing today about this track, Dalton, it was early in the morning when practice started, and it was about 81 on the track. It is now up to 90 degrees on the race surface. This is an entirely different racetrack than these guys were even practicing with. So this is, I think, only going to trend hotter as the afternoon goes on.
Yes, sir. Green flag is going to drop it at high noon, basically, sim time. So there's going to be nowhere to hide. There's a lot of trees around, but that sun is beaten down from just kind of straight overhead. No shadows really to cool anything down. It's just going to be the sun and the track and these tires. Nothing really to relieve that, except for maybe if some clouds roll in a little bit, which I think might be in the forecast, maybe a little bit cloud cover, but other than that, yeah, it's only gonna get hotter, I think.
I'm sure these drivers would welcome any clouds they can get. As you see, Panzarella, the current points leader, getting through the tightest section of the track right there. We're gonna call that the McDonald's corner right there, the McDonald's section. We saw what happens when you screw that up with Carson Hocevar this week, did we not, Dalton? Oh my gosh, that is not a place where you want to see a car sideways.
No, sir, not. And there's, you know, especially if you get that thing turned like completely sideways, it's just that's a track blocker right there. There's no way around. And you know, this is a race too, so everybody's impatient. They want to get around that, and then also just, you know, with how these angles are with these turns, like you're basically going in kind of blind as far as, you know, what's going to be around the next corner. So, and I mean, you do have yellow flags as an indicator, but that doesn't tell you exactly where a car is going to be if there is an incident. So you kind of have to have your head on a swivel around here as well. So we see Chris Calgill here. We're going to see what he's got. Coming through to the final section of this track. I just realized I think that's the real kind of NASCAR shot around that corner over the bridge. You can't see the traffic in the background, of course, but looks like a clean lap from Calgill here will be good enough to set a time. It'll be, I believe, the tail end of the cars that do put down times. Who don't put down times.
Yeah, won't be surprised if we see that again, Dalton. Sorry about the audio issues, folks. Hopefully that's the end of it.
Hopefully.
Ugh. Frustrating.
Ooh, look at that fountain.
I know, look at that. I mean, some gorgeous sights around here at Chicago, and we'll be paying attention to a lot of them. If there's one thing that we did, I believe you're going to get right in this one, Dalton, it's going to be the video. It's going to look beautiful here today.
Yeah, that's is this one on a boat?
That was on a boat. Yeah, that one was on a boat.
A nice one. We got the whole cityscape. They like modeled this whole kind of area.
They really did, and this is an awesome track, and it's going to be a shame if this is the last year that they do a race here at Chicago. I will very much miss this place, as we are getting ready for qualifying to wrap up here.
Just about. Looks
a couple more minutes. So while we're doing that, we'll take a look at some of the DDI merch that we dropped last week. Why not? We got some time to kill, right? So there we go. This is all available at dailydriversinc.com, and don't forget, until the end of July, use the code DDIRL to get 40% off and a free gift pack, including stuff like lanyards, stickers, and other cool stuff, maybe an air freshener or two, with any order using that discount code. Got all these cool shirts we're dropping this week, Dalton. Excited about this. Or that we dropped last week, I should say.
Yeah, look at that one there. That's the old
best in the world.
Best in the world. We are in Chicago. What I mean, what better place to show that best in the world shirt?
Great point there, actually. That's funny. Almost forgot about that. We are in the Chicago-made Punks City himself.
The other thing, this is the maybe officially, unofficially, the Tuner Squad Grand Prix. So, of course, Tuner Squad kind of I guess referencing the Toon Squad.
Yes.
From Space Jam.
Another Chicago.
I think Space Jam. I think Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. You got that connection there.
Man, we're hitting all the notes for Chicago. I almost called this race, Dalton. I almost wanted to call it, since DDI, often you see a lot of Rose aesthetics on our stuff. Almost wanted to call it the Rose Chicago race because, another guy who has awesome ties to this city, Mr. Derek Rose. Shout out to him.
Yeah, but then I think a certain driver would start feeling a little too special that maybe this race, might maybe think this race was named after him, and we couldn't have that.
You're right. He'd be like, "Oh, that's so nice of you guys for that great run I had today." And he did have I'm expecting a great run out of Mr. Rose, so we'll see. Mr. Rose or Jerry Rose, did you see him on Sunday in BRL? He's getting his feet wet on those road courses, so expecting big things out of him. And looking at the qualifying, I'm pretty excited for him. We're about to have those results in about 30 seconds for you guys, so I'm excited to see that. But yeah, a lot of guys out here that we have not seen on road courses before, Dalton. I'm excited about it, and also a good sized field. Oftentimes you see smaller fields here at these turning right races. Very intimidating to many, and none more intimidating in my opinion than this one. But really proud of the size of the field out here today.
Yeah, and this is, let's see, 19 car field. So this is actually, this is our smallest group for the official season, at least. I think those first couple exhibition races we got maybe 16 guys out for those. But yeah, this is the smallest group for the regular season so far, but still a good amount of people. But that does mean we are one off of 20, which means that I believe only the top 7 are going to be getting those stage points.
Yeah, you are right. I think that does determine that this will be a 7 driver stage at the completion of lap 25 here today. So on the pole, man, no surprise there, by quite a gap there, Dalton, by 3 100ths there. Stephen Kirby, this guy, would look out for him today. Second place, Colton yesterday, another one we said to watch out for. He's looking for a good points day after getting his debut win at Iowa last week. Haven't mentioned that yet. I can't believe we haven't. Shout out to Colton yesterday, coming off a win at Iowa. Alex Hillman, like we said, he has this one circled on his calendar. He's going to be started in 3rd. Zach Panzarella, last time he was here, he took home the victory. That was an MRL in these trucks. 5th place belonged to Jonathan Case of Beer. 6th, Patrick Calgill. 7th, Cody Gibson. 8th, Dylan Beckman. 9th, Brendan Lullis. And right at the top 10 is Grant McGivern.
Down in 11th, we got Jerry Rose. 12th, Brandon Ibarra. 13th, Christopher Calgill, and that's the last driver to put down a time. In behind that, we got Dalton Geyer in 14th, who did try to qualify. Unfortunately, scraped the wall in both of his laps. We got Ryan Newman down in 15th. Danny Sanchez down in 16th, Edward Peltz in 17th, Zach Hillman 18th, and rounding out the field, we got Juan Delgado.
All right, and that means there's only one thing left to do, my friend.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
You know, Kevin James was going to pass out an opportunity to be here in Chicago.
Absolutely not. I was just about to ask, where's King of Queens supposed to be? And then immediately answer my own question in my head. We're so good at geography.
We are amazing. We've proven that. We knew exactly where Pocono was. So yeah, we are great at geography. Look at those views, though. That is going to be fun to watch here today. Watching these trucks make it around this beautiful road or street course. Man, how many times am I going to call it a road course today? I'm going to try my best not to. Up this hill, and man, this part here, Dalton, this is a tricky part of this course right here.
I can't even tell where we are right now.
Oh, so that downhill, and then we're going into that tight spot. So who you got your eye on today?
Oh man, I might be biased, but I gotta be keeping my eye on Alex Hillman.
Mm-hmm.
He almost won the MRL race that was run here. Unfortunately, ran into some trouble. Feels like he's always running into trouble in these races. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. So I would be looking for him to stay out of that trouble today and get himself the finish he deserves at one of these road courses.
I will as well, Dalton. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. As here we go, pace car getting ready to pull off and get this race underway. It's going to be Stephen Kirby leading the grid. Colton Eastern A2 is outside. And here we go. 4th race of the DDIRL season is underway here at Chicago. Great start by Kirby, and all these drivers going to try to get through turn 1. This track is way hotter, actually, even than it was when we were in qualifying. It's already up to almost 100 degrees. Here they go through turn 1. I'm seeing some connection issues from Jonathan Quesabia right there in the 73. We'll see if he's able to get that figured out. Oh, Panzarella oversends it into Hillman. Around goes Panzarella.
Oh, man, and that actually, that's going to stack up a lot of people. Just a lot of bumps and bruises here trying to navigate this. His teammate just barely skirting around. Whole field's got to go around.
Oh, man. And one thing we should have talked about, Dalton, is there are not going to be cautions today. Not for the stage and not for incidents like that. It's going to take more than that to bring in a caution, and I don't think we're going to see it, Dalton. So these drivers, incidents like that are absolutely brutal.
Well, you know who's glad to see an incident like that? Pretty much this whole top 5 at this point. That gave them quite a big gap to the next cars back there.
Yeah,
It's kind of a breakaway to start this thing between Kirby, Easterday, and Hillman.
yeah, great job so far by Kirby. These three really have a 3-second breakaway back to Gibson. Gibson started all the way back in 8th place, and by the virtue of that wreck, he is already up to 4th place. Patrick Calgill running out the top 5, Lullis in 6th, Beckman 7th, Zach Hillman up to 8th, Gerald Rose 9th, and Graham McGivern in 10th. So this field very mixed up already due to that early incident.
Yeah, and you're gonna see at this point that it's just so hard to find a comfortable place to make a pass. You know, especially through these tight sections. It's just ideally you want to do it at a place like this. As you see Newman, maybe just getting loose there. I thought he was maybe trying to make a move there on, I believe that's Ibarra in front of him, and he is going to send it in. Just doesn't quite have the room. That's going to open up the door for Geyer now, though.
Geyer going to try to take advantage of this on the outside. See if he can get that.
A little bit of a squeeze, but gets the run off the corner.
Good pass there, and you're already seeing a good amount of separation. There is Panzarella recovering for that. It looks like he's already gotten by Calva, but a lot of damage on that 12 truck. That thing is going to likely be coming down to the pits soon. Up front, you still got Stephen Kirby leading Alex Hillman and Colton Easterday, keeping both of them honest. So these guys trying to keep each other honest, and oh man, you can see just how hard Hillman has to push there to stay close to that 109 of Kirby. But really, oftentimes, Dalton, that is the best way to complete a pass around a course like this, is to just bait the car in front of you into a mistake rather than go for a move.
Yeah, now Hillman, I think we might have missed the pass 4 position between Hillman and Easterday, but yeah, Hillman able to find a way around, maybe Easterday letting him by, just not wanting to deal with that this early on. You know, maybe figuring that these two might burn up the tires a little more, trying to fight it out.
Oh, big hit there for the 17. Dylan Beckman, outside wall.
Let's see, who is that? Yeah, that's going to allow multiple cars to get by him there.
So Beckman looks like no harm, actually, it looks like that inside. We'll see if that's any damage that's going to require him to pit early. Beckman showing a lot of early speed. We'll see if he's forced to pit early. And speaking of, we already do have a car doing that. That's Zach Panzarella. Like, we anticipated that early incident, and a few wrecks up to that.
I just noticed something.
What's that?
Where did Zach Hillman start?
Not in 6th.
He started in 18th. He's already up to 6th.
Unbelievable work.
I don't know how he's managed that, but tremendous drive already in these first 2.5 laps.
Hillman showing lots of speed in practice as well, and maybe the Red Sea's parting for him during that early incident, and able to catch a lot of positions there. Hillman, though, doing a great job, like you said, Dalton, catching a lot of positions.
Yeah, I get the feeling that maybe the same thing that happened to Geyer happened to him, where he tried to put up a lap and maybe just caught the wall a couple of times. Because, yeah, I'd imagine he didn't want to start behind all those cars. If he did, kudos to him for having a game plan to get around everybody. But yeah, just, man, hauling through this section here.
Yeah, you saw a big loose moment for Hillman there, but man, you can tell this guy not lacking any bravery when it comes to driving hard around this course. Hillman doing a great job right now, and as is his non-brother Alex Hillman. Alex Hillman there, still only or less than a second behind Kirby, and they've already opened 2 seconds back to Easterday. And Calgill actually has completed the pass like we saw on Cody Gibson. So Calgill now up to 4th place. So these drivers starting to settle in a little bit, and we're starting to see those gaps form. But also you can see the comfortability just is not there yet. Lots of mistakes still throughout this field, and it's only going to get warmer, and these tires only get more warm, which means these trucks are only get more sketchy to drive.
Yeah, well, as we look at Patrick Calgill, no slouch around these road courses.
Not at all.
You always see him running up near the front.
Guy around.
But yeah, I think what had happened there, McGivern tried to let him by, and I think Geyer just lost the braking point and went for a slide through into turn 1. We'll see how much damage that puts on the car. I think he might have made contact with that wall.
So easy to do. Yeah, a little bit of damage on the right side of that 36 truck right there.
he might have to bring it down this time. But
Oh yeah,
let's
you can see how difficult that makes these things to drive.
Let's see who are we looking at.
Whoa!
Yeah, ooh, Hillman loose there. And you know what, Hillman? I mean, I think the way the Iowa race ended last week, gotta add to the aggression that Hillman's going to show here. He wants this bad because he came so close to victory lane last week too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Hillman just knocking on the door of his first DDIRL win, and you know he thinks this is a great opportunity. Thing sticking out to me a little bit right now is just how in control Kirby is, and Hillman just driving that 08 so hard to stick with that 109 of Kirby. And man, I just wonder how long that can go on. I mean, Hillman has to remember, you can't lose sight of a good finish trying to go for a win that may not be possible, especially like these two, clearly the class of the field early in the race here.
I think something to look at is, I mean, there's a couple things: the fuel situation and then the tire situation. Some guys, yeah, some guys might opt to not take tires, and I mean, also, I don't know how you split this thing on gas. It's about 13. Did we say about 13 laps?
Yeah, that's what these guys are expected to run. It is about 13 laps per tank of gas, right?
So you're gonna be able to, I think, just barely make this a 3-stopper. Assuming you keep it clean the whole race and don't have to come in for, extracurricular activity.
Exactly. That's much easier said than done. As you can see, those walls are just always lurking both sides of you, and it's so hard to stay off of them. You see Hillman right there navigating the racetrack, and all the loose moments. I just cannot stress enough how warm it is right now, especially compared to what these guys dealt with in practice. About 20 degrees hotter on the racing surface right now, so just a completely different racetrack, almost to the point where everything you learned in practice you can almost throw away.
Yeah, it's at a certain point, it's almost frustrating how you get to a point with these tires where you warm them up enough that you almost just can't even put the throttle down all the way at any point, especially down in the lower gears, in second or third gear. And you kind of just have to. It was like you were saying, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, about pretending there's an egg under your throttle. That goes double for this race today.
Yeah, it really does. You have to be so gentle on that throttle. That tail end of the car so eager to step out on you, as you see it right there with Alex Hillman. It is just so difficult to keep this thing underneath you. As Kirby starting to open up that lead a little bit, up to 1.5 seconds for the 109 right there. As Hillman trying to keep him honest, but that 109 just dialed it in. The longer the run goes on, the more worn these tires get, the more difficult it gets. Wow, big move for Hillman there. Loose moment after loose moment for that 08.
Yeah, you see, you can kind of see this top three as you see. Oh, the Easter Day, a little loose back there too. It's such a cool shot. You see the guys getting loose out of the corners.
Love that.
But yeah, it seems like as far as Kirby gets in front of Hillman, that's as far as Hillman's getting in front of Easter Day. So things kind of just starting to even out as these guys separate.
They really are. This is where it really comes down to just trying to put in laps. But, man, then they find clusters like this, led currently by Jerry Rose with Graham McGivern right behind him, repping a new paint scheme this week. Behind McGivern is Ybarra, and then you got Edward Peltz. And, man, this is tough. And it's so hard to find your braking points when you're in a group like this, Dalton.
And this is what we call this battle for, this is 9th through 12th, just about. Or 9th through... Yeah, 9th through 12. Oh, Panzarella going through.
Trying to recover from that earlier mistake.
Yeah.
Is Panzarella up to third? Yeah, again by Newman there. Yeah, Newman does pretty much coincide that position to Zach. Up to 13th is Panzarella. So trying to recover from that, but as you can see, one mistake can really put you behind the 8 ball here. As pass on track right there. It looks like Peltz able to get past Ybarra. Ybarra getting wide out of turn 2 there. Looks like he got on the wall a little bit, and that's all Peltz needed to take that position.
Yes, sir. Peltz just keeping it consistent around here. taking the passes where he can, and that's going to put him up into 11th. So we see McGivern trying to close the gap to Jerry Rose here. Maybe take that 9th spot away.
And we've
Rose
talked
also limiting
go
mistake
ahead.
so far.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. We've talked so much about how Rose has improved so much on these turning right courses on street and road courses, and you're seeing it right here, just running a nice and smooth race. See a little bit of damage on the front. I'd go ahead and assume that's from the first incident in this race, because I'm sure a few guys have that, but just makes this run even more impressive, able to deal with that damage right there. Grant McGivern trying to put all the pressure in the world on him, though, looking to take that 9th spot away.
You can see, like I said, it's just so hard to find that passing lane, and that's actually kind of brought Peltz back into it. And, yeah, Peltz
Check that out. Yeah, Peltz
trying to make the move here to get up into the top 10. You can see Panzarella lurking in the background there.
Yeah, same. I really hope these guys keep battling.
Oh, McGivern just barely keeps it off the wall.
This is one way to slow down your lap times, as Peltz going to send it to the inside of McGivern.
Extend. What a move.
Nice move by the 7. Very nice.
Nice battle between two of the, and you know, I think it was a topic of discussion in Discord. Two of the elder statesmen of this league putting on a show here around the road course. This is some awesome stuff here from those two.
Yeah, wow. I totally forgot about that too. Yeah, Everett Peltz and Grant McGivern's considering them guys the older men of this league, and I appreciate that, Dalton, because me being 34, I feel old most of the time. A lot of these guys that are kicking our rear ends, like the guy in 2nd place right now, is in his early 20s. As you actually do see Panzarella join this party now, lurking behind Ybarra, and a lot of cars here for that 12 to deal with. This is going to try to be patient. Try, keyword.
Yeah, it's so tough, especially through this section. Like, you think you might have a spot that opens up. You can kind of try to get it around the outside, maybe through there, but God, yeah, it's just so tough.
Saw so many people making that pass in NASCAR this weekend, and I just couldn't believe the balls, honestly, to make passes in that corner. And here comes, this is the passes that we've seen Panzarella like. This last corner, he's going to make that one work on Ybarra. Nearly oversended, but makes it stick there. And that's one more down, up to 12th place, matching his number is Panzarella. Really, at this point, the points leader probably just trying to recover from the damage that was done in terms of where I think he thinks his finish should be. Something that's normally a pretty solid road and street course driver. Now behind his teammate, Grant McGivern.
Yeah, we'll see if his teammate wants to race him here. Probably not really, especially not through this section of the track. It gets,
Yeah.
It's pretty terrifying to be side by side through this section, but it looks like Peltz may. Oh, I thought he might have been trying to send it in there.
He may. Peltz is going to enter low here.
Yeah, that's a tough. Jerry Rose just might have skimmed the wall there a little bit.
Almost.
Don't think hard enough for damage.
Almost.
Panzarella, all right. Jesus, Panzarella's already there.
Almost baiting Peltz, or Peltz almost baiting Jerry into a mistake here, and they're going to try it again. Here we go. Late send by Panzarella as well. But Peltz with a beautiful pass to the inside.
Oh, yeah. And great defense there from Jerry Rose, too. Out of that corner, just using that better run off of the corner on exit there.
Oh, but he gets loose there. Oh,
no.
Rose goes around, gets loose. And right
you
then...
get loose or do you have help?
No, that was just a loose moment there for Rose, recovering from that kind of sweeping corner into that really tight section. Rose just getting loose, a little bit of overcorrection. I believe he's going to keep it rolling here. We'll see. Yeah, Rose keeps it rolling. Truck not looking too worse for wear. Oh, as he hits the wall more time for good measure. Oh, behind him, Newman goes around.
I don't think anybody really coming up on him here, so he'll have time to correct that.
Yeah, that's Juan Delgado. He is next car back. Good amount behind him. Then he's with his teammate of Geyer.
I think Geyer had to use that fast repair. So he's in the same boat as Panzarella, trying to make up. At times, Jerry Rose is going to bring it down pit road here.
He is. So Rose is going to use that fast repair. And this only about 2-3 laps earlier than it would be anyway. So not a huge incident here for Rose. And luckily, his incident happening close to the pits as well. So able to get it back around, get that fast repair likely done here. But still, for the most part, on the same strategy.
And do you see that? It's like Geyer and Delgado already maybe under attack from the leaders here, at risk of going a lap down. Yeah, that's the leaders.
That is.
Something might happen with Easter Day, and in Cowgill. I heard some chatter on the radio. I'm not sure.
Ooh, Easter Day
exactly
actually losing
what,
a few positions. Let's take a look at it. Actually, let's see if we can see what happened here. Maybe a little bit of an oversend into a corner. It was another Cowgill, was it? So I believe this is.
Just okay. Didn't result in lost position. It was just
great camera work there. Here we go.
Maybe just wasn't expecting the send into the corner there.
And then he's able to make the pass there.
Or just wasn't expecting the break so early, maybe.
And does Patrick get by him, or does he?
No, he holds it, I think.
Okay, we'll keep our eye on Colton through here. Doing a good job, and you see Easter Day. You see Alex Hillman in front of him. As there goes Colton through turn 2. See that 95 is a little bit. I wonder if there was any damage to that 95 as well.
Let's see, who is that out front? Is that
Alex Hillman, and then in between them, and that's Danny Sanchez going a lap down, it looks like. So these guys, 11 laps in this race, already starting to put cars a lap down on speed and incidents, as you're seeing with... Oh! Cowgill on Cowgill!
Oh, wow.
As Patrick just tells his brother, move out the way.
That's, brothers, teammates. Not sure. Not sure exactly what happened there. Just miscommunication, I think.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. You can have all the communication in the world, and sometimes the truck just doesn't do what you expect it to do, and you get caught up looking at other things, and
before you know it. And there goes Panzerella making the pass on Pelt, so that's up to 8th for the points leader right there. So overall, a decent recovery so far for Panzerella. We'll see if he can keep that together. 40 still to go in this race, Dalton. This thing is far, far from over. Man, this is a long race for these guys, especially no cautions here to give you a break. This is just a physically demanding one.
And I'm not sure. So Case of Beard, I don't think ever figured out those connection issues, but it looks like the 5 of Gibson. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but Gibson also called it out of this thing.
The guy who dominated most of the Iowa race last week, Cody Gibson. I did believe there was an incident about 4 laps ago. Saw him in the pits, didn't catch it though, but Gibson deciding to park it after that, so he will finish in 17th place, it looks like. Case of Beer with those connection issues will be in 18th. Looks like Chris Cowgill getting that damage fixed right now. And Patrick Cowgill, that, I believe, is our first scheduled pit stop. It looks like Zach Hillman will follow him as well. And Dylan Beckman, I'm sorry.
Looks like he's going to put 4 fresh ones on this thing. We'll see. We'll probably see some different tire strategies, honestly.
Yeah, I think we likely will. I think a lot of guys also force the pit somewhat early too, force someone early for maybe an incident or two. So it will be interesting to see if they want to stretch that longer, if they did take fuel. And also, Dalton, I don't know about you and what you're hearing in your audio, but I just hear cars hitting the wall every their lap. I don't see it, but I hear it. Maybe I'm getting schizophrenic, but I feel like I'm hearing it like every their lap.
Oh no, you're not imagining things. I don't think.
Cool, thank you.
But Cowgill, wow.
Yeah, one thing I want to watch here too is the cold tires here for Cowgill. That'll be a thing to keep an eye on here, as these guys are going to be dealing with cold tires for the first time in this race, and that is a brutal thing to have to deal with.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think the guys.
Zach Hillman to the wall.
Little tail whip, but
good save. Could have been worse.
That could have been head first into that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, just let that be a little casual tail whip.
Kept it together for the most part, did Hillman right there. Good job. But yeah, big moment for Zach Hillman right there in the 3 car. As it looks like actually Alex Hillman's going to be bringing it down the pits. There he is, the 08 in second place, going to bring it down the pits gingerly into his stall. So that's going to leave Stephen Kirby out there in the lead. Maybe Hillman thinking, let me try an undercut. Let me see what those fresh tires can do for me. I'd be surprised to not see Kirby bring it down this lap. But Kirby has been lights out that entire first run. And you do see Easter Day behind him as well with Geyer. Actually looks like he did get lapped by these leaders. And oh wow, lots of damage there. I believe that's Graham McGivern in the 33.
Looks like he's
very damaged. Oh, and Newman. I'm sorry, that was Newman Gets into McGivern.
I think just got caught up there. He was letting the leader by, and I think saw the other cars coming, and tried to find a place to let them by as well, but yeah, it just didn't work out. But both guys I don't know if any damage came of that, but yeah, Geyer and Newman just both kind of splitting it.
Hopefully no damage. You see Easter Day bringing down the pits, as well as I believe that's Lolis behind him. It is. So here comes Easter Day and Lolis out of the pits, and again, these are cold tires. These guys have to be careful here.
Now I wonder, did Lolis maybe not take tires? Because I feel like Easter Day might have been a little further.
Yeah, I agree.
That so maybe Lolis opting to not take tires, and Easter Day opting to take tires.
One thing that I think this field doesn't want to see as well is Stephen Kirby pits last, Dalton, which means he's using less fuel, and the tires weren't bothering him. Watch him not take tires. At least he took tires.
Yeah, nope, there we go. Yeah, there's the tires.
So Stephen Van Kirby is going to bring it out. And we'll see the gap over Hillman. Oh, it's sizable, Dalton. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll
Our pylon taking a second.
But he is going to be on those one-lap fresher tires, which honestly, on this first lap, actually might be more of a detriment because he's going to need those things to heat up, whereas Hillman's had a full lap already to get those things up to temperature. So we'll see if Hillman can use that to his advantage and cut into this lead, as he's already down to, it's like 2 seconds, under 2 seconds behind Kirby here.
Yeah, Hillman doing a great job. Seeing the running order a little bit mixed up right now. Panzarella up to 5th. That is virtue of likely bringing it down for that fast repair, as it looks like he's going to be lapping Juan Delgado here. But likely bringing it down for that fast repair, and why not taking more fuel? So now going to run it a little bit longer than these guys and see where he ends up. And I think a few others may be doing that. Peltz might be. And Easter Day also, someone I had my eye on, Dalton. He is quite a few seconds behind where he was before. 51 seconds behind, or 50 seconds behind Hillman. So there was a 50-second incident somewhere with Colton Easter Day.
Yeah, something must have happened there. Either he didn't want to use that fast repair and got damage and decided to get it fixed manually, or yeah, I'm not sure how that happened there. Well, you know what? There might still be guys waiting to come into pit. I don't know if Peltz has come into pit yet.
I mean, I know Hillman has, though, and he was close to him before, right? So that's what I was judging off of.
So something definitely happened.
And
there.
I think Peltz may have actually, because Peltz and Panzarella were running pretty close together before, and now Peltz about the distance of a pit stop behind Panzarella. So that, I think, is where Easter Day is running right now.
You see already only well, it's about to be only 10 cars on the lead lap, as I think the leaders are about to be coming up on Ibarra here to put 11th place a lap down. Geyer was able to unlap himself by virtue of having come into pit early, use that fast repair, and not having to pit yet on this fuel run. But yeah, it's still already only 10 cars on this lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Kirby just been nearly perfect so far. You can just see it visually how well he's just ripping this track. But still, Hillman doing everything he can to stay with that 109 truck, doing a great job, and he has been bringing that lead down just like you anticipated, Dalton. So since they've rejoined on the second cycle, Hillman's been slightly faster. So probably hoping to try to bait that 109 into a mistake. But it really has become a tale of two drivers here, as it is 10 seconds now back to Patrick Halgill in third place. Yeah,
I think what Hillman's going to want to see is Kirby run into some lap traffic, I think. That'll hold him up for a little while, especially if he runs up on those guys, you know, coming into maybe a section like this, like a slower section where it's going to be harder to navigate them. He's going to have to sit and kind of wait.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's perfect right there, as he catches Chris Calgill exactly where you want to.
Cowgill. It's hard to tell from there if he... Yeah, no, he was just waiting to stick him behind him there.
Just in time for him to be back. So Hillman probably really wanting to complete this pass here, as you can tell. Yeah, and Chris Cal going to let him by, because it is hard to complete one through this section, if not impossible.
And that's kind of what you have to do there. You have to... they tell lap cars to be predictable and run their line, but that car that's making that pass to lap also has to be predictable in the sense that you pretty much you have to make those moves known. You have to say, hey, I'm going for this move in this corner, so look out.
Yeah, that really is. That's the biggest thing that the admins asked out of these drivers, and if you were in a situation where you're getting lapped, is really just to be predictable. That is the best thing you can do for the lead lap drivers, is just to make it obvious. And if you're going to let them by, sometimes you think you're doing the right thing by pulling over hard to the left or hard to the right, and that's where that lead lap car was thinking about going, and it turns into a disaster. So it's easier said than done at these tracks, especially with, as you can see, enormous speed differentials. And that's not to pick on anyone here. It's more just about how fast a few of these guys are. It can easily lead to incidents.
And, it doesn't help that a lot of these cars probably have at least a little bit of damage from the various incidents that have already taken place throughout this race, or maybe just dinging the wall a little bit too. So I don't know how many of these trucks are still 100%, and that'll also contribute to guys driving this track a little bit differently. Lap times, I think even the leader probably a few seconds slower than the times that we'd seen in practice and qualifying. This track, like we were saying, a lot hotter than it was during practice and qualifying. So these guys really just kind of pacing it, just taking what the track will give them right now.
And only getting hotter, really. It's not like once these guys start racing, the track just pauses. It's the day's going on. It's about noon o'clock right now here in Chicago, and it is hot. Oh, man, big hit there for Chris Cowgill. Heard that one on the outside wall. As you saw, also, Panzarella bringing it down the pits there. He was able to stretch it the longest by virtue of bringing it down a little bit earlier in this run. So Panzarella going to fall down to 8th there behind Geyer. As you see, Chris Cowgill going to let his brother by here, and then behind Cowgill, looks like that's Peltz. Yes, it is. So Peltz having a great run there. He's a lap down, but he's in 9th. Still a good run.
Yeah, just like that, you can see now the top 8 on the lead lap here.
Whoa, we got a car on the wall.
Oh.
Who was that?
I think maybe just letting somebody by there.
Yeah, it could have been what that situation was. Trying to figure out who that was. Interesting, though. That could be that. I mean, like we said, that's a tough situation to even go side by side, even with someone pressed up against the wall.
Let's see, is that Beckman? Yeah, Beckman coming into the turn there. You look back at...
It's Easter Day there in 6th.
Okay, that is Easter Day. I wasn't sure if it was Easter Day or...
oh, yeah. Who's he look just
Newman.
like? Newman. They look so alike.
They both have the red car, of course. Newman, I think, running the Racing Canes car.
Oof.
Little special paint scheme for Easter Day. Not the same as the one he won in last week. Of course, it's got this.
Maybe he retired that. Oh, his Easter gets loose. Man.
Roll on the hood. Got the. Some people were saying Lightning McQueen. I think he's got the Lightning McQueen font on the side. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, that's the Lightning McQueen font for sure. But man, that was ultra loose going into that sweeping turn right there, Easter Day. Driving angry is one thing I'm visually seeing right here. Dalton, Easter Day, I think, not having the day that he wanted as he's made his way through these lap cars right here. Juan Delgado also so far having a really good and smooth day. 1 lap down, 13th place is Delgado. New to this platform altogether, so man, talk about putting yourself right into the right there with the Wolves. Great job by Delgado. As side by side, here we go.
That's a fun section to be side by side.
Somehow make it work.
Jerry Rossi's in the he's got the camel car, which obviously it's a throwback. I think that's a Jimmy Spencer throwback.
Yeah, I have that diecast around here somewhere.
90s. But I can't even pretend to be a Nintendo nerd, but I'm seeing Wario. He's got the Wario. Oh, wow.
Well,
That's
oh! Juan
Could've been bad for
Delgado
Delgado
thinking
there.
his lucky
Wow.
stars right there. And also on top of
15.
that, look behind him, Dalton. Brandon Lullis with a blown engine.
Wow, yeah, not sure how that happened. I'd imagine in a very similar way, probably.
Yeah, I'd assume so. So that might
wow.
be it for Easter Day. I think I'd use this fast repair. And Lullis, obviously with that blown engine, he has called it a day. Another 2 bite the dust. Man, this thing is getting messy. And it's not surprising, but we're not even at the halfway point. We're not even at the stage yet, Dalton.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. We're not even at the stage yet. So you see, I think Guy bring it down pit road for just to top off on gas. No tires. I think maybe getting some damage fixed too.
Might as well.
He had probably a couple minutes of damage. So you see, Peltz is going to take over that 7th position though. That stage points bank position.
I think a lot of these drivers as well, Dalton, thinking like, I'm going to fix that damage because I'm assuming other guys need to as well. So I'm just going to fix it.
Yeah, you're giving up. If you have 90 seconds of damage, you're giving up a whole lap waiting for that damage to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're essentially, you look like who's still in contention to win, right? Not very many guys already. Unless of course, we've already seen some fast guys just, overcook it into a turn and hit the wall and just get damage, race-ending damage. So, that could still happen to anybody, and there's still plenty of time for these guys to interact with lap cars, just catch another car at the wrong time. So still anyone's race in that regard, but Kirby right now kind of starting to check out in this field.
Yeah, he really is, Dalton. Kirby is putting down some hot laps right now. This is all kinds of impressive for the 109. 7 seconds now. Back to Hillman as you see Cal Gill bring it down. Zach Hillman, what a drive from Hillman too. Jeez, that's incredible.
Yeah, already up to 4th. Wow. Oh, barely.
Oh,
wow.
Barely.
I don't know if he hit the wall or not. He might have.
Well, Dalton, why don't we let these guys enjoy this, and we'll crank it up for a bit, and they can enjoy all the wall hitting sounds that we're hearing.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed most of that. Crank it up. No, we went mute for a second there. But one thing that these guys did not miss, Dalton, is Steve Kirby just putting the beat down. Up to 11 seconds now for that 109 car or truck.
Yeah, and I think, let's see, coming up to 2 to go in the stage. As we come to the last part of this, the 23rd lap. You see, so battling up there in front of the leader.
Looking to
start. That's Panzarella, Delgado. Oh, wow, whoever that was. Yeah, Panzarella, Delgado, 2 teammates, not necessarily battling, just... And now Panzarella behind Jerry Rose.
Yes, he is.
So again, is that... No, that's not for position, that's just...
Panzarella still making his way, through this field after that early incident. Really, just when that kind of thing happens, you're on a kind of a different strategy for the rest of the way. So trying to figure out that way as he makes his way around Rose on the outside there. Panzarella gonna stay at it. And then Zach Hillman also. The recovery from him and his teammate Beckman, I believe teammate, right?
Yes.
These two, solid race from these guys. And we've seen so much speed, especially out of that 3 of Hillman. So I'm sure he feels like this is a much needed performance so far. And we are only 1 lap away from the end of the stage as well, Dalton. So Kirby looks like he has that thing signed, sealed, and delivered. But up to 7, so Edward Peltz right now would be the last person to take home stage points.
And that'll be big for him for sure. I'm not sure. I'd have to look again at the standings, but yeah, I mean, stage points can be big for anybody, but yeah, just a great run so far from Peltz.
There are the standings right there. As you see, Peltz not in the top 20 yet, so this will be great for Peltz actually. And again, we've talked a lot about that, Dalton. The drop race not unaffected. It will be after next week's race, so that will be very interesting to see what those standings look like after that drop race takes effect. A lot of these drivers have been building together great races, but have had 1 or 2 incidents or races that have really hurt them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of guys maybe missing a week.
Hillman gonna bring down the hits.
Oh yeah.
So
that might be. I don't know if that's gonna be too early.
I know. I'm looking. So is this crossing to 26? It's not. So Hillman likely will give up some stage points here. I think he. Where is Kirby? Yeah, it's the completion of this lap. So Hillman brings it down.
And maybe wasn't able to.
Yeah, if you don't have the fuel, you just simply don't have the fuel to do it, right? And Hillman's so far ahead that he'll likely still take home a good amount of stage points, as it looks like he actually already is exiting the pits. Yeah, it's still in 3rd place. And oh, look at this. Zach Hillman and Beckman are going to give up potentially some stage points. I believe Panzarella should be able to get by them here.
Oh yeah, thanks to that kind of off strategy that he had to be put on because he had to come in and use that fast repair earlier.
Right, and if you pit a lap earlier in that first run, say lap 12 instead of lap 13, that would be enough, as these two are going to bring it down. And so there it is right there, Panzarella coming around the last corner. That is going to give that position to him likely, and so that'll be a 4th place if he can complete this lap without destroying himself. And look at that convenience of Stephen Kirby, pole sitter, so you know where his pit box is, and he has such a huge lead that he gets the pit now as Jerry Rose gets loose in the top of your screen, regathers it up. Good job by Rose. Is he going to back it up? He is. I mean,
ate it just barely.
It worked, right?
He's missing parts on that car.
So might as well, right? As Patrick Calco going to bring it down as well, collect the stage points that way. I don't think that's going to be enough time for Hillman to get past him. It will not. So Kirby's going to win the stage. Patrick Calco is going to bring it home 2nd. Looks like Alex Hillman's going to be in 3rd place for the stage. There he is right there. About half a minute behind him, more than that, is Zach Panzarella in 4th place. He will be likely bringing home the 4th place in the stage. And then Zach Hillman and Dylan Beckman only giving up 1 position to Panzarella there. So it'll be 5th and 6th. And as of right now, it would be Edward Peltz. And it is the completion of lap 25 for Kirby for everybody. So once Peltz completes that lap, even though he is a lap down, once he completes that lap for Kirby, he will collect those stage points if that is that 7 truck. Oh, that was that right there. So that is Peltz. I'm sorry.
Cool.
And now we're, for the most part, cycle 3 here, Dalton. So Panzarella likely having to pit in a handful of laps here. But beyond that, the rest of this group has cycled through. And probably only one more pit stop. And I think with the length of it, these guys are going to want to take tires. I think the track just too hot, too brutal today to think about doing something cute and not taking tires, or even taking 2 and putting yourself in an unpredictable situation.
Yeah, you know, I think you're on the nose with that one, but I guess the other thing to look at is how are these tires wearing? Because I mean, once you pull in the box, you can kind of see, you know, are these tires wearing enough for me to even need to worry about? Like, they're heating up for sure, but are they wearing?
It's a good point.
That's going to be one of those things to look at. And honestly, I mean, if you're only down at, say, you know, a couple % of wear after that long run, you might just say, you know, I'm gonna keep these tires on and you know, let that let some of the heat stay in these things, so I don't have to heat up a whole brand new set of tires here.
Yeah, every time you go out in those new sets of tires that are yet to be heated up, we don't get the tire warmers like Formula One. It's a scary couple of laps, and it really is slow, and you have to kind of get that time back with the gaining that freshness back when they do heat up. But that is one thing you don't have to deal with. You're so right about that, Dalton. So that would be interesting to see if anyone wants to take that risk. I mean, 16 seconds, if you're Stephen Kirby, it doesn't matter, right? Like, there's nothing anyone can do about that lead. He could take an extra set of tires and still have the lead.
Yeah, if you're fast enough to where it's not going to make a difference. I mean, yeah, take all the tires you want, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure one thing Kirby's thinking about right now is just not to do anything crazy, not to try to do anything cute. Keep this race simple. He has worked so hard for that big lead, and we are still only 50% into this race.
You know what? It is patience too. It's finding just the easiest spot to make these moves on these cars you're going to come up on that you're putting a lap down or 2 laps down, or you know, whatever it might be. And yeah, just having that patience, realizing, hey, I'm 17 seconds ahead. I got time. I can get out of this more dangerous section, you know, before attempting this move.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, oh, Delgado with a little bit of a hit there on that last corner. And that corner, man, that stinks up on you. In practice, that one was really giving me a lot of trouble. And that's a corner that used to be easy here. This track and this truck constantly changing and providing a new set of challenges for these drivers. But Delgado so far, really, really good day. Finding himself 2 laps down, but in 11th place, keeping the truck clean. I mean, you see right there that 14. Yeah. A little bit damaged after that hit there on the right, but for the most part, looking good so far and doing what he has to do.
It looks like battle for position down behind him.
Okay,
it's going to be Geyer and Peltz.
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. That might start to heat up here.
Peltz, another driver who has just done an exceptional job keeping it clean today, just keeping it simple, and he's been rewarded with stage points and right now running in 7th place. Geyer, much like Panzarella, early incidents, recovering from them, lots of speed in that 36 truck, but a lot of the success at this track is just about lack of mistakes, and that's why you're seeing that 7 right in front of him right there. But we'll see if Geyer, or how aggressive Geyer wants to be here against the 7 of Peltz.
Yeah, I think just letting him run his line. Whoa. Trying to find a good place to. Oh, got a little upset there. Oh, here we go. We're gonna go through the carousel here.
Yeah, this is. Oh, and Peltz thinks better of it.
Yeah.
Gonna live to see another day as that 7.
I think Peltz might have locked up into the corner back there, and that's what I heard on the radio. Is just a little bit of a lockup into that section, and yeah, it's going to allow the change in position here.
And then here you see Hillman with those pressure tires starting to catch Panzarella. I think Panzarella will be bringing it down soon. We saw him run that extended time on the track, do that earlier incident, but I think this would be the tail end of it, especially with Hillman catching him Hillman really putting down some quick laps there on those fresher tires.
Yeah, this is situations like this. That's where those fresh tires are going to matter, and that's where. And these guys on kind of offset strategy. So Panzarella on older tires than Hillman. I think he has been taking tires. Just he's been out on the track longer, and yeah, Hillman just on that fresher set, running them down here.
And sometimes the virtue of a mistake too, Dalton, will allow you to kind of run laps alone and not have to deal with faster or slower cars that could potentially get in the way of your line. And that could also be what's allowed that 12 to put down some faster laps than he would be if he was dealing with traffic, as you see him now going to try to get around the lap car of Jerry Rose here. As you see that 12 car.
These cars just magnets for each other, that Jerry Rose and...
Yeah, it kind of seems like he's always loose in the braking zone.
Oh, no.
Hard on the wall goes
That's
the 12.
That's the tires.
That is certainly the tires, and that is smoke, and that's a blown engine. A bad day goes to worse for the 12, and that's going to be all she wrote for the points leader here in the DDIRL.
I think.
Yeah, that faster pair was long gone after lap 1, and that is really the price you pay when you don't have that to lean back on this late into a race. Such a mentally taxing race is one like this, and that happens all too often. Panzarella, our points leader, not going to bring home the finish that he worked so hard to get back.
So we look now at Alex Hillman and Stephen Kirby still. That gap's just keeps expanding.
It's getting disgusting, yeah. Dalton. Someone needs to throw a banana on the track in front of Stephen Kirby. Anything.
Need a blue shell.
So, yeah, that's going to be Panzarella in the pits this time around, parking the car for the day. So that's going to be up to the top 5, a lap down, Dalton.
Man, that's and even up to 4th, over a minute back. Big lose one there.
And that's why I think we're seeing that lead grow and grow for Hillman. Whoa! This is Ryan Newman turned around there.
Yeah, I think just very, very easy to loop it off of that last turn on this track.
I hear another car hit the wall, and sure enough, there is one. Oh man!
Yabara. They figured it out.
They figured it out. Navigating that is Alex Hillman, but woof, you can see Hillman. He might be in second place, but he's negotiating with cars multiple times a lap right now.
Yeah, that might have cost him a few seconds. He's all
it did.
As that lead. Yeah, that lead ballooned out to like 20 seconds just in that last lap or so.
Yeah, Stephen Kirby, I think right now is setting his sights on lapping the entire field, thinking maybe that's possible.
You know, hey, then at that point, if something happens on the last lap, like he wins regardless.
Right? He so does. That is true. As you see Geyer here. Now the next DDI car for DDI 40 Forever. We have not talked too much about points today for the teams, but DDI 40 Forever did recapture the points lead last week in Iowa. And with Panzarella going out there, that leaves Dalton Geyer in the car behind him of Juan Delgado, currently running 11th place, really as their best hopes. Grant McGivern currently sitting 4 laps down in 15th, but he's still on track too. So Grant McGivern still putting down those laps, doing a great job too. There's that 33.
Graham, oh man,
repping some new paint this week.
Oh yeah, that's looking fresh.
Looking evil.
Got
the blue wheels are a choice.
Black and orange, black and gold. Yeah. Just a little holdover from that other team that we saw him running.
I don't know if I've ever changed my wheel color the first try, Dalton, when I make a new paint. I always forget. Oh, and Geyer into the wall there, actually. I heard a thump,
not sure what
and it was
that
the 36.
Maybe just a little tap, just a casual tap.
Platonic tap there for Dalton Geyer. As you see, Delgado still behind him. Kirby just throwing those laps down. I feel like we should be giving more attention to our leader, but it's just a whole lot of perfection.
Okay, I think a lot of that. I mean, he's always, I think, been pretty good around these road courses. I mean, always been yeah, really good at these road courses. But he's on a team with, let's see, we got
Easter Day,
Peltz,
right? Mm-hmm.
or Peltz. Wait, let me look further down here. Yeah, Peltz, Newman, and Garrett Austin, who's not here. And I don't think Easter Day officially on.
Oh, right.
That
They may be going part-time later. Oh, man, I just hit that car at the wall really hard.
But still spiritually a teammate to these guys. Still, I think they still, I don't know if they were in chat together. I think they do. But yeah, those are all guys that
wow.
That might be a little bit extra damage there.
Yeah, that 36 not going anywhere near as fast or really even turning the way it was before. We'll see. Oh, that 36 doesn't want to behave anymore. This will likely be a pit stop for Geyer.
Luckily, he has two teammates behind him.
I was going to say, those two right there, Graham McGivern and Obi-Wan Kenobi, is their only hope right now for 44 ever to bring home a good point stay at this point.
Kenobi.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one.
That's a good one there.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Is this going to be it or yeah?
Well, yeah, we'll see if that's it for Geyer if he parks it. I know Geyer also, Jesus, if you just park the car right here, Dalton, I think it's because there's a turn to the left too, like right there. It's just constant, just whopping the walls. All you hear is it looks like Geyer. Oh yeah, wheels not coming up and pit crew not coming over. That's gonna be it. So while we got 18 to go, Dalton, and he's crossing our finish line. Let's go on board here, if our software will cooperate, with Stephen Kirby for a lap and see what this looks like, and we'll kind of talk through this. So here's turn one. That little arrow is my braking point. Kind of try to make a straight line out of that. Back on the gas early. That NASCAR sign's my braking point. Stephen Kirby way later because he's way better than me. And then once again, just trying to keep the momentum. So much about being fast around here, Dalton, is first of all not going head first into the tire barriers, but secondly, really just keeping that momentum, not bogging down these corners. Full throttle through here, off the gas on the exit, make a wide entry here, get as close to the inside wall as you can, and then back close to the inside wall, kind of ride that, straight line it. Little bit wide there from Kirby. I mean, who am I to talk? This guy's a 20-second lead, but I'm sure even Kirby not happy with this. Well, curious to see where his braking point is here, Dalton. So late. Unbelievably late at the 4, which is where you saw Panzarella brake and go straight in the tire barrier, so that just also goes to show how in control Kirby is. No control through here. Tires are completely not underneath you on that uphill section. Very tight through here. So we've been seeing a lot of incidents and just where passing is nearly impossible. Got to watch out for that inside wall that you just saw him there. Hug this inside wall through here, and then through the McDonald's section next. And get close to that inside wall through there, back to the outside. Hard on the brakes down to second. Hang down there. And then up this uphill once again. Will not be underneath you. Super loose. Up to third. All the way down to the last arrow. Back down to second. And that is a perfect lap around Chicago, Dalton.
That's yeah, I mean, as close to perfect as you're going to get on this long of a fuel run. And that's what you need to do to be just consistent around here. Yeah, I'm especially, I'm especially surprised by how late he breaks into that kind of bridge section.
That blew me away. That was that's where you saw the wreck happen for the 12, and that was the last thing that we saw was him break right at that 4. I don't know how he's intentionally doing that. One thing that's also sticking out to me is, if this makes sense, is the sharpness of his steering in a good way. It's so intentional. It's so sharp. It's not really rolling into corners like you'll see other drivers do. So many different driving styles, but see how very sharp, right?
Yeah,
We'll see if like Hillman's different. I think someone like Calgill would be different. We'll go more with Calgill.
I think it might just be the fact that he's taken such good care of the tires that he can get away with doing that.
Right.
That he's so nice to him at other parts of the track that he can afford to kind of send it deeper into the braking zone in this set. Yeah, let's see where Calgill brakes here.
Yep, that's where I brake too, right there. Halfway in between the end of the black wall and in between the 4 is my braking point. You can also, one thing that sticks out to me, if you guys can hear it at home, is just the throttle input. Way too deep there from Calgill. Wow, good save. Is just, man, just listen to how, a little bit balking here, you see, I mean, I'm the same way as Calgill's, but Kirby just on top the whole time. You're just hearing him on top of those RPMs. The truck just sounds so good, does it not?
Yeah, and you can see just, I mean, just looking at the way the wheel's moving, like, it's very, very calm and very deliberate, for sure.
Very deliberate. Let's go on board with Hillman now. Alex Hillman, second place car. Hillman just so good at momentum. Hillman's a GT3 driver, so he's more used to driving cars that handle a hell of a lot better than these trucks do. Things like Porsches, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis. And you can kind of see that in Hillman's driving style, can you not? Very momentum-based, very comfortable carrying a lot of speed through corners.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that here. Let's see how he takes this section here.
Very fast.
Very, very precise, very fast. And, I mean, you have to be through there as he slides it out of there. A lot of counter steering. And let's see where his braking point is here.
My guess is late. Pretty, a little bit later than Patrick, but still not on the same universe as Kirby. And you can see how sketchy that is as he brings it down. Love the red gloves that Hillman's wearing, too. But yeah, that's it really is a crazy thing, too, here, Dalton, about just how important it is to stay out of trouble. Drive to momentum more than, I mean, so often in a course like this, what feels fast isn't, and what feels slow turns out to be faster. Such good precision there by Hillman through that section.
Yeah, that's, I mean, once you have that, just that repetition, and these guys have, what, 30, 35 laps under their belt at this point, and someone's going to bring it down a pit.
Beautiful pin entry,
last
too.
pit stop here. It's coming to 13 to go. Not sure if he's going to have enough fuel.
Yeah, that's cutting it close.
Like, I have to conserve just a little bit.
Should be okay, and I think maybe Hillman, I mean, at this point, maybe has it figured out. I'm using a little bit less fuel than I may have anticipated because of the way I'm driving the track. But yeah, you're right. This is definitely cutting it close, is the 08 of Hillman. As Kirby, with now, that will be a 36-second lead over Calgill. No reason to do anything like that. We'll probably try to run this as long as he possibly can.
Something kind of funny to look at. There's nobody one lap down. The gap between fifth and sixth is like an entire lap.
I didn't realize that. Oh my goodness. And like, so that's fifth place right there of Dylan Beckman. Steve Kirby is not far behind.
Yeah, you know, and something that I meant to mention earlier with Kirby and Peltz and Newman and Easterday, that whole team, I believe when we ran with them, they were kind of under the umbrella of a guy named Richard Reagan Jr.
Yeah.
And I'd say one of the fastest guys that we ever ran with on a regular basis, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, ever, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, I wonder just like how much kind of sitting under that learning tree has helped a lot of you know these guys. As I know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're not wrong.
The last season we ran with PRL, I think he had just taken in a couple other kind of basically just people looking for teams, and by a few races into the season, like those guys, I think had run in that truck series before and hadn't been all that fast, but by the time once Richard kind of got his hands on those guys, like all of a sudden they were. I think there was a race where they were like putting it up near the pole like 1-2 and just putting together like ridiculous stuff.
And look at all these cars bringing down the pits here.
Oh yeah, here we go.
5 cars, and you're so right though, and that's why you see Juan Delgado running in 9th place. Very new to iRacing. That's just great coaching. That's what I'll do for you, Dalton. But no, you're so right. It's incredible to see what that guy has done to help them, and I'm not sure if they're still coached by him or not. But I think just the knowledge that has worn off onto those drivers has been so valuable. As there is Stephen Kirby bringing it down for his last pit stop. Is he gonna put tires on it? Yes, he is. And I'm assuming we see Calgill this time down as well, Dalton. Keep your eye on that as Patrick Calgill, here he comes. This will be the last corner. And yes, that will be... Wow! That was close.
Whipping it.
Great job by Calgill there.
Wow. Let's see, yeah, it looks like the rest of these guys who green long coming in here. Delgado making his way off of pit road. Looking to hold on to a top 10. See Kirby now trying to... What is that, the 17 of Beckman? Yeah, trying to put Beckman a lap down, trying to lap up into the top 5. It's only going to be 4 cars on the lead lap once Kirby completes this pass, as Beckman's just going to let him have it. I mean, yeah, nothing to really fight for at that point. 12 to go here as we finish out this last set of green flag pit stops. So here's Delgado. Is this 4 position? Yeah, this is going to be 4 position here between Sanchez and Delgado. Then we move over for some reason to Alex Hillman, making his way through lap traffic here. Looks like lost a spot to Patrick Calgill on, through those pit cycles somehow. Maybe Calgill, I think Hillman took tires. Maybe Calgill did not. So that might be what happened there. Or maybe Hillman having to kind of take it easy and save fuel, as you see Hillman lapping up through Newman here.
Newman with a lot of damage on that right side, too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Wow.
Oh, and yeah, Calgill coming out in front of Hillman, so maybe Hillman driving a little bit angry right now.
I think Calgill might not have taken tires.
I think so,
he
too.
He has been known to do that.
Yeah, Dalton, he has.
Which, I mean, hey, fair play to him. If he can use those older tires and still maintain that speed, all the power to him.
No, it's not easy to do, and it's sketchy.
Still, I think 40 seconds back at Kirby somehow, who has been taking tires this whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Explain to me how that works.
How that happens.
Literally.
But yeah, just a league of his own today.
One thing that Calgill might actually be thinking too, Dalton, is like, I mean, what I'd be thinking right now if I'm this 31 truck with that no tire stop, which I'm going to confirm that. No. I have his pit time at 14 seconds. No, that can't be right, because I have Hillman's at 5 seconds, and I don't think Hillman didn't. Did Alex Hillman not take tires?
I thought he did.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
So there is Hillman.
So something's up here.
But one thing that would be crossing my mind right now, Dalton, if I'm Calgill or Hillman, is you have your fast repair. I think all 4 of those guys, or 3 of those guys do. If you decide to not take tires, and let's say the worst thing happens, it's sketchy, you end up spinning out, hitting the wall, and needing to use that fast repair, you're going to give up maybe 1 position?
Yeah, at this point in the race, but like, you still don't want to do that.
No,
you're just like, what if I
can't tow or have to tow?
What if I didn't do that? Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be kicking yourself forward at the end of the race. Oh
man, it's hard to tell who didn't take tires by the way these guys are driving.
Let's see, Hillman out of the final turn here. 10 to go in this thing.
Hillman is faster than Calgill right now. Hillman just put down a really fast lap, fastest lap of the race actually.
And Calgill, I think, in turn was faster than Kirby. Kirby might be working through some lap traffic, I'm not sure, but he cut that lead down from a little over 40 down to, I think, 38 seconds.
Kirby might be oh my gosh, I forget his name. What's the antagonist in Talladega Nights? The French guy?
Oh, Gerard, I think, or something like that.
Formula.
Gerard.
He might be,
Yeah.
because I think, first of all, Stephen Kirby must be from Formula based on how he's turning right now. But I think he's actually just that espresso was finally ready for him, so he's sipping on that. Doesn't want to, there's a lot of bumps here, Dalton. We know that. There's a lot of bumps on this racetrack. Doesn't want to spill that hot espresso, so down and back.
Well, hey, you know what? He's in that NWO car, that WCW car.
Yep. Sting, right?
I believe, it's Hulk Hogan.
So what's the Sting on the side, or what's the Sting, or the?
Oh wait, is there? That is a Sting as well. Maybe just a general kind of WCW. NWO. Well, anyway, regardless, this is what in the wrestling industry, what they call a squash match.
Yes. Yeah, he is very much Braun Strowmaning this entire field.
Super Kirby burying the entire field here.
Really is. Like, this is nasty by Stephen Kirby. No other way to say it. And we saw this guy take home a win in the preseason exhibitions, so we knew he'd be a force to be reckoned with. He hasn't had the best of luck, and also, I think, missed a race or two to start this season, but this is going to put Kirby, especially once that drop race comes in.
I just heard something hit something.
Oh, yeah, in front of them. Kirby thinking, not now. Not now. Here we go. They're going to be coming out of this corner right here. That's going to be Ryan Newman. And then...
Not sure what that was.
Let's take a look back at Kirby here. Negotiating his way around lap traffic. I believe that's Sanchez. Sanchez also been putting together a nice, clean race here today.
I think him and Kirby are, to this point, the only drivers who still have that 0x intact.
Wow. I can't believe anyone does, even Kirby, honestly. Oh, Newman loose in front of the leader. Gathers back up.
Just gonna let his teammate by here.
Well, that would have been a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Well, despite the theatrics, Kirby didn't get around his teammate there. He's extended that lead up to 37 seconds. And he's just logging those laps away. We'll take a look behind them as Calgill can't even see Alex Hillman. There is Hillman coming out of the last corner right there. Juan Delgado in between them. Delgado currently sitting in 9th place, looking to take him in their top 10. Delgado, one of those guys that you keep that up, Dalton, you're going to sneak your way into the chase. Well, no, I just heard a wall hit. Oh, okay, Dalton, it's right there. I want to get a camera angle where I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But the two parts of the track meet right there. And if we put the camera there, it just...
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, you can see pit road, like from that...
Yeah, exactly.
...kind of area, yeah.
Man, this is feeling like Formula 1 right now. With just the domination we're seeing up front. I don't know if that went on without suspension.
Just as many cars, too. Just about.
Exactly as many, essentially, yeah.
Down to 19.
Hey, one usually doesn't start.
Yeah, can we get a virtual safety car?
Oh my gosh. I was going to tell these guys that if we did get a track blockage, we'd be going under a virtual safety car, because it's going to take me a minute at this track. Another thing about this place, too, we talked about the bumps a little bit, Dalton. Oh my gosh, how low did you have your force feedback set at to practice for this track?
I like it high. I like a little more feeling.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you're on a Logitech, so.
Yeah, I'm a wild man when it comes to that. Yeah.
To all our Logitech owners out there.
I like to feel everything.
Well, if you have a Fanatec, that's not a luxury you get to enjoy at these tracks, Dalton. I have mine at 6%.
Wow, I don't know. Yeah, I've heard there are different schools of thought when it comes to that. Like I've heard, yeah, I mean the higher force feedback, so you can you can kind of feel everything. But then I've heard, like once you get to a certain point, to turn it down super low, so that those bumps don't upset the wheel as much, and your wheel will stay steady. It won't keep trying to kind of yank itself out of your hand.
I mean, we talked about that Richard Regan guy earlier. One of the better drivers we've ever driven with. I think he's like 7 or 8K I rating, something like that.
Something crazy.
Yeah, something insane. I've heard that he doesn't qualify with any force feedback, like at all.
I've heard something similar. So that's, I don't know if that's a strat that, I mean, probably not a strat that, you know, everybody can use.
Right.
That sounds fairly difficult. Like you'd have to have like just kind of a sixth sense for how that car's handling. But yeah, I mean, if it works, it works.
Totally. And speaking of what works, here comes Kirby making his way around Peltz to put him another lap down, and that is the 7th place car that he has just put 3 laps down. As you see Graham McGivern get in the wall a little bit there, gonna let Kirby by. Stephen Kirby 6 laps away from his first DDIRL win.
And you know that we knew this guy was going to be fast. We knew he was going to be a contender from. Let's see, he won that. I think it was the second exhibition race, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was, where was that? That was Charlotte, right?
Believe so.
Yeah, he won that Charlotte race. Yeah, no, definitely no slouch on the oval side either.
No.
But just in a league of his own right here around this this street course.
He
See,
really is.
yeah, we had the bean cam for a second.
I know, we had to get the bean cam. Hopefully that is called the bean, because we named it ourselves, but I have seen people go there. Yeah, I don't know why having connection issues. Maybe because that 12 car is wrecked at this point and its technology is not working as well as it should be.
Definitely a possibility.
Wow.
Wow,
So
nobody even
loose.
found Cowgirl. Just
Ew, he's all by himself. He's lonely.
fresh, hydrated. You know, staying in his own lane. Just
Love seeing those two destroy
a lot of
drivers and cars every time they go around the start finish line too. Yeah, it is up to 33 seconds. Actually down to 33.
down to
Yeah. As you think Kirby probably just taking it easy. You also saw him negotiating his way around some lap traffic there. Alex Hillman, I think, has kind of decided that his bet is made. 3rd place is good. Hillman is someone that, I mean, probably not a matter of if, but when that dude is in the chase, he's going to be someone to look out for. Strong at just about every track and really starting to clean up everything about his racing in terms of becoming a really strong long run driver, not having weak tracks anymore. So Hillman, this is the type of run he's going to need to just comfortably get into the chase where he knows he belongs.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen him
Jerry
up
Rose.
front at a lot of, oh yeah, Jerry Rose up in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, doing it. It's another horse
Strong
cam.
going from the I don't know if we call him a rookie or and with damage too. He's doing that with a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah, Jerry Rose,
Just,
great job.
Hustling this thing around here with parts of his car missing. Trying to hold on to a top 10 here.
Really, really great job from Rose so far. Super impressive. And yeah, you see it right there. Entire front fender missing. That does not help the handling, as that's Zach Hillman behind him. Hillman, another driver, really getting the finish that I think he knows that he deserves, and the one that's going to get him in the points. Someone who's probably going to really benefit from those drop races is Zach Hillman. But Jerry Rose, a finish like this, going to go a long way for that 51 car, not just for his point situation, but also for his confidence.
For sure. So you see now only 12 cars actually
Still running
on the track at this point. Yeah. Just yeah, I mean kudos to these guys for sticking with it out there. Yeah, trying to get, I mean, because you know, top 10 is playoff points.
Yeah, you're not
These
wrong.
guys really wanting to kind of hold on to that. You know, despite being a few laps down, that's playoff points that are going to be paid out here.
Yeah, it really is, and you're seeing Kirby too. He's maximized those when you talk about points. The pole today, the stage win, and now 3 laps away from the race win. A handsome haul of points today. And we've seen a lot of that actually as this season's gone on. Really, only what was it? Gibson.
Just Iowa, yeah. That fuel mod race.
And it did
Gibson
look like it was
worked
going to
on
be a
it
lot
quite
of the same there. So dominant was Gibson, as we are having some difficulties here. I don't know why our race file is doing this, but I'll get that figured out for you guys. There we go.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I know, right? At least, literally, at least the track is so picturesque. Honestly, I think Kirby might just be too fast for a camera.
Yeah, there we go. It looks like everything is...
Hopefully we can make it to the checker flag without too many
Fine.
more difficulties.
Hopefully. Let's see. As it looks like even, yeah, that lead back to
30.
Cowgill is kind of evened out.
It has for Kirby. Maybe just all these drivers thinking about as... Man, this... Oh, I think I see. There we go.
We'll get back.
Yeah, I think all these drivers realizing that they're... it's more about just protecting that finish, right? So many guys, just by attrition, getting great finishes. Edward Pelt's gonna looks like he might come up with a 7th place finish here. Juan Delgado gonna earn a top 10. Jerry Rose 8th place, and we already talked about the guys up front like Hillman, Kirby. So just really good finishes gonna be earned here for these drivers.
And Sanchez, I'm pretty sure, still might be on that 0x. Just, I mean, 4 laps down, but just
And that's playoff points.
logging these laps away. And yeah, getting that top 10 finish, getting
Oh!
points. Oh, Kirby barely.
That's with 2 to
Just a
go.
little scrape. Just a
Man.
little scrape.
Yeah, good thing Kirby was able to get that thing slowed down because we know how disastrous that can be if that does not happen.
You know what? We saw Panzarella hit that barrier right after passing Jerry Rose. Is Jerry Rose does he have like the intimidator button in his cockpit that he's pressing?
He may.
And causing these cars to, after they pass him, just send it off into the wall.
It felt supernatural to me, Dalton. So he may. Because I just completely forgot where my braking markers were. As you see Kirby going to bring it down here. And you look at how gingerly that 109 is bringing it down. I think that moment right there may have gotten him a little bit perked up there, huh?
Yeah, I think that was just like, okay, settle down. Let's get that last lap. And he can honestly, he can hop out of the car and jog around here and probably still win.
Oh yeah, he can Ricky Bobby this thing. And probably still take it home as we're in. Man, I've been afraid to use this camera angle because of all our technical difficulties, but just send it now and watch Stephen Kirby make his way around this track one more time. We're going to get a gorgeous view of the trees here, I think, pretty soon, Dalton. But what a performance so far as the 109 is going to take the white flag this time around with a 32-second lead here at Chicago. And, man, a lot of these guys, we're going to be going to Watkins Glen in the chase. And if Stephen Kirby is in the chase, he will be a force to be reckoned with.
For sure, yeah. If we he's hidden behind the trees here, that's okay. Yeah, definitely a force to be reckoned with. Let's see where are we going next week.
I've been trying to remember. I'll pull it up because Auto Club. Let's go, going home, baby.
Auto Club.
Love that track. Can't wait to get there.
Yeah, I expect to see Kirby near the front there as well.
Yep.
He's going to be looking probably for back-to-back wins, assuming he makes it to the line here.
Can't wait to get to our home dirt lot, Dalton.
Oh yeah, just nice and smooth through this last section. Yeah. Looking at the billboards.
Kirby really taking it easy through here, doing a great job though. Done everything he had to do today. Just a perfect race from Stephen Kirby. And I think a lot of guys had that 109 circled going into this race. People who practiced so hard knew this was someone that you were going to have to beat, and it just was not in the cards today. Stephen Kirby, he showed his muscle in the preseason, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and it only took him 4 races. Around the last corner for the last time here at the Chicago Street Course, Stephen Kirby wins here in the DDIRL Race 4 at the Chicago Street Course. And 30 seconds back is Patrick Cowgill, Dalton. Look at where he is in the track.
Yeah, some more racing here. See Peltz and McGivern. Cowgill probably not going to force the issue here. Oh, maybe he is.
As he hits the wall.
See, that's none of that's would be for position anyway.
Right, as Cowgill's going to bring it around for a hard-earned second place. Great drive from Patrick Cowgill. Great strategy down the end. You can see how much that means to him.
And we go back to
And there goes Alex
see.
Hillman, covering on third place. And then here comes Zach
Back
Hillman.
Zach Hillman.
This is our last car in the lead lap.
Last car in the lead lap. Barely got it. I mean, probably saw that 109 in his mirror at some point.
Oh yeah, it was about 3 seconds. Maybe that also being why Kirby dialing it back, just think I'm not going to go race 4th place for no reason. I'll just dial behind him. That 3 clearly has plenty of speed in it. As what a great battle from Zach Hillman today, from 18th to 4th place. That number 3 car is truck is gonna bring this one home. Great drive by Hillman, and same goes for his teammate Dylan Beckman. 5th place currently for Beckman as he brings it around that little carousel fountain corner there. It's gonna be another good run for his teammate and for backpack race. Actually, that's not backpack.
Oh wait, go up to something might have happened. Oh wait, oh okay. Well, looks like he got it back up. I think.
Was that
I think Cowgill might have.
Yeah, Cowgill looks like he spun it around, and by virtue of that, we'll have to see where everyone finishes. Well, a lot of stuff happened. I think we saw Delgado actually have an incident in the last lap there. Let's get a good look at Kirby celebrating his. Oh, hey, doing the Zap Angelo strategy of hitting the walls at this track when you get a win. What a win though by this 109. Burning it down here at Chicago. And let's take a look at how this all turned out.
No cameraman on the track.
Yeah, wait,
Thank
no.
goodness.
We are careful about that. We are careful. Oh, and here comes Patrick, likely to ruin everything. Oh, what a gentleman.
He just came to watch.
All right, that's funny. Let's go up a little bit. Patrick Calco probably getting excited for a second there. I think that's just hated me today. Almost. There we go. Stephen Kirby's going to take it home in first place today, getting his first DDIRL win and doing it at the Chicago Street Course and in a dominant fashion. 33 seconds is the difference. Stephen Kirby, the winner today. Second place, brought to Patrick Calgill. Calgill clean and nearly perfect all race today. Great job by Calgill. It just doesn't have the pace of the 109, but still a great and a much needed second place for Calgill. High up in the points is that 31. Third place, Alex Hillman. He had this one circled. He won the win, but I think settling for third place isn't too bad for Alex Hillman. Going to take it home on the podium. Fourth place, Zach Hillman. Like we said, 18th to 4th for Zach Hillman. Great job for him. Dylan Beckman's going to bring it home in 5th place. Great job from him as well. Solid all day. And that is our first car a lap down. From this point on, we are multiple laps down. First one will be Brandon Ybarra in 6th place. 7th place, Everett Peltz. 7th place finish for him just by keeping it clean. Had the pace to do that, and good job for him. Same goes for Jerry Rose with a top 10 for that 51 truck. 9th place belonged to Danny Sanchez. Did he finish with the 0X, Dalton?
Let's check.
I'd be impressed.
Let's see. Where are you? Yes.
So
Yes, he did.
Sanchez with a 0X, that's going to be playoff points. So great race, a very good points day for the 62 of Daniel Sanchez. And then Juan Delgado with a hard-earned and much-deserved top 10. They're actually going to count him in front of Chris Calgill. I think by virtue of where he was towed in that last incident, Juan Delgado is going to bring it home in the top 10.
And then down 11th through 19th. 11th, we got Chris Cowgill. 12th, Graham McGivern. 13th, Ryan Newman. 14th, Dalton Geyer. 15th, Zach Panzarella. 16th, Colton Easterday. 17th, Brandon Lawless. 18th, Cody Gibson. And rounding out the field, due to the unfortunate technical difficulties, Jonathan Casebeer.
So we'll have to see what that does to the points next week, Dalton. That's going to be an interesting one. We still got some playoff points and some penalties to be reviewed. I can guarantee you the 12 Panzarella will be on probation next week for that first lap incident. So we'll have to see if anything else devolves from that, and we'll take a look at our points going into Auto Club next week. But another great race here in this league. A dominant one, but dominant doesn't mean boring, doesn't mean bad. It's the virtue of this type of racing, and I enjoy watching someone like that put a beat down on the field, and I think the rest of the field put a great show on today, and I was excited about what we saw today, Dalton. And we also saw, again, looking at those results, a lot of our fast guys, Easterday, Lolis, Gibson, Panzarella, Geyer, not finishing this race, so no shortage of drama here today.
Yeah, it we say no shortage of drama, but I feel like a lot of those injuries ended up being self-inflicted. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them were just getting too aggressive, too overzealous into those corners, and people kind of causing themselves that race ending damage. But that's patience was a virtue around here, and I think we kind of tried to highlight that in the pre-race, and that's kind of how it unfolded here today. Is that patience is what got a lot of these guys that much needed top 10s, playoff points, and just consistency.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. This was definitely a marathon, not a sprint. And the guys who kept that mentality top of mind all race are the ones who got to get the fruits of their labor for it. And that's the way these types of races should be. So hats off to all those guys, and congratulations to Stephen Kirby. And one thing that has to be mentioned too, Dalton, we are now 4 races in this season, and we have 4 different winners.
4 races, 4 winners. Hey, we always highlighted the parity. The parity is insane. It's always, well, I guess it's funny that we're talking about parity when a guy just won by like 40 seconds, but
It's a different type of parity.
That's just it's on a track by track basis though. Different guys just good at different places, and it hasn't been the same guys just dominating every time. It's been different kind of faces in and out of that kind of top group.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people in the Discord were talking about that going this race, knowing that somebody would come out of nowhere and have tons of speed today, and that was Steve Kirby. I mean, a lot of people expected that, but man, not to that level. So impressive for that 109 today. And just goes to show that you have no idea what to expect. I mean, it's going to be all open. Another great thing about the schedule, Dalton, 5 races after next week and 5 different types of tracks. We have not been to a 2-mile yet. Not one like Auto Club at least. So a whole different set of challenges for these drivers next week. And on top of that, I think that's completely just open it up for another guy to come out of nowhere and really, really show their muscle and what they can do in this league. Because who knows who really loves those flattish, really fast, low grip 2 miles like Auto Club is. I would not be surprised to see someone that we've been seeing, run top 5, top 10, come out of nowhere and grab a stage, grab a pole, and dominate a race like we've been seeing all season. So I can't wait to get to Auto Club, Dalton. I can't wait to put this race behind me, to be honest, for me personally. I had a great time out there when I got to be out there and I wasn't screwing myself up. But amazing, and I can't wait to get back on track next week. I look forward to this every week so much, and been an amazing season so far, and it's almost impossible to predict. And after next week, we get to start counting that drop race, and that's going to change everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Auto Club, really not sure what to expect. I think I know what I can expect is that I think the attendance numbers, they dipped this week. I think guys just either not confident in the road course, or maybe in some cases not owning the track,
right,
and not really wanting to show up on limited practice, and some guys just road racing just isn't to their taste, and that's all fine and well. So it'll be nice to have those guys back next week, and then hopefully for the rest of the season, as it's going to be all ovals until we hit Watkins Glen in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't wait for a much bigger field next week. I as well am expecting a much bigger field. Registration's still open if anyone wants to join this league, or if you're currently been part-time and you want a league where there's no ill will, no mean things ever said over the comms, only just positivity, love, and just really a lot of guys just enjoying each other's company, enjoying their time on track together, and really just putting on a great show every week for a broadcast where we're giving you guys everything we can. We know it's not perfect yet. Today wasn't. No idea. It's always another set, to be transparent with you guys, another set of challenges every week. But it's we're never being complacent about it, and this league's going to continue to push itself to be as perfect as it can be. So yeah, tell your friends, and we still got a few roster spots open, and this league is only getting better and better, and I'm having the best time, Dalton. And another great race, and this can't wait to drop some new things next week. The race after Auto Club, I'll pull up the schedule quick. is a crown jewel, and that's going to be the Indy Oval Brickyard for the DDI 365K, a longer race, and also one that's going to have an insane prize for the winner. One thing that we promised them for our crown jewels on top of double points is awesome, unique trophies for our drivers. We will
double bonus points, but
double bonus points. Sorry. We will hopefully be unveiling that next week and getting these guys stoked on what will be up for grabs at Indy. But we got to go back to California first, Dalton. We got to go back to our houses, get out of here in Chicago. Man, I can't wait to be back here, but gosh, can't put this day behind me quick enough as a driver. But what a great race. Hats off to Steve Kirby, and hats off to every driver, especially the guys who finished. I guess that's the whole sentence right there. Who finished this race today. Because that was a grueling one. The temperature unpredictable, and these drivers really dealt with a lot. So, a great job by them. Any last thoughts from you, Dalton, before we say goodbye to all these wonderful people?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, yeah. I might be paused, so I'm not going to hit you guys with the bean anymore. But I think I gave them a lot of involuntary bean, Dalton. I really do.
Can never have enough bean.
You're right. You're not wrong. Well, that's all we got for you guys from all our sponsors. Shout out to Tuner Squad for sponsoring this race. Check them out at tunersquad.com. They're an automotive apparel company. If you care about your car and you own a car that a lot of enthusiasts own, then I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be some gear for you on that website at the lowest prices. Check them out at tunersquad.com. Shout out to all of our sponsors over at KK Woodscapes, this wonderful network that we are on here, Vortex Racing Network here at VRN. Make sure you're subscribed if you're watching right now. If you're watching here and you're not subbed up, what are you doing? There's a bunch of awesome leagues here on this network, not just DDIRL, and the MRL Monday Night Cup Series will be getting underway in August, so make sure you are subbed up to this network because there's going to be tons of awesome racing, awesome drivers to watch here, and some familiar faces in every league you watch. Shout out to Salmon Amateur Stores, Daily Drivers Inc., the title sponsor of this league. They just announced 805 Vibes 4 over in Oxnard, California. Check out that car show. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a full concert and car show over at the Casa Agria Specialty Ales Brewery in Oxnard, California. It's going to be a great time. So check that out at dailydriversinc.com. Check out the car show at 805carshow.com. And shout out to everyone else who makes this league possible. All of our sponsors. Shout out to you, Dalton Geyer, for being the best tag team partner in the world. And everyone watching at home and keeping this league as successful and fun as it is. We cannot thank you all enough. Thank you for joining us here at the Windy City, and we'll see you next Wednesday under the sunny skies in California at Auto Club. Good night, everybody.